or anything else like that. So I'm going to wait for some people to come in and we'll get going to talk about this. Again, don't forget to hit this thing, the like button. So it's been kind of a crazy day. It's been kind of a how you have one of those strange days that you feel like, something's just not right. And well, how can I go there? How can I go there? I'm just kind of in shock right now. You guys know that I was a avid hockey player for a long time. And the thing is, I skated at the time with Phoenix Roadrunners and knew a lot of guys from the LA Kings and things like that. Well, in 2003, I was skating out in Scottsdale. It's called the Ice Den. And the Coyotes were there practicing. And I actually got to talk to a few of the guys. And the one I got to talk for a while, his name was Claude Lemieux. He was an assistant coach on the team. And he wasn't the captain, but he was an assistant. But we talked for a long time. I talked about my days when I was playing and this and that. And just to find out today, at the age of 60, he would have been 61 in July. He passed away. Not by, it's, hey, Kevin, yes, you are first. You are number one. You are number one. And I'm waving to you. But under the circumstances, people usually just, hopefully get to the point where they just grow old. And when God wants to take you away and take you home, that happens. But it didn't happen today. So if you guys, I don't want to say the word, but he just, his life was taken by his own choice, put it that way. And it's hard to understand this for me because he's a four-time champion of the Stanley Cup. Unfreaking believable hockey player. And hey, Ronnie. Hey, 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 hey. All right, guys. So if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Just let you know where we're at, why am I live, and all this stuff. Because I heard the news about Claude Lemieux, hockey player, phenomenal. I think he started out with the Montreal, and then later on he was with New Jersey Devils, and then went with the Coyotes, and then after that with the Sharks, and then he retired. But yeah, it's pretty heartbreaking when you sit and got to know somebody and talk to somebody and relate to what you love to do, and that was playing hockey. And the crazy thing about it, when I met up with Scott on tape just a couple months ago, I knew he loved hockey. I knew he liked hockey. He's a big fan of Toronto Maple Leafs. I said it's funny because when I said it, he said Leafs. And but I told him, I played hockey for quite a while. I played left wing, I played right wing. A couple of times I played center. Hey Mike, how are you? Yeah, Claude Lemieux is gone. And it's really, 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 really hit me hard. I'm sure it's hitting a lot of people, especially his family. Claude has grown kids and he was in Florida. But you just ask yourself why. That's the big thing is why. Somebody that popular, that athletic. But the thing is, we don't know other people's demons, why they do something like that. But yeah, Claude Lemieux. Yeah, he was one heck of a hockey player, Mike. 4 times. Not one, not two, not three, but four. He got to win wear that Stanley Cup ring. And let's see who else we got here. Hey Kelly. We got Kelly in the parks. Are you looking forward to June 22nd, our Bucky's Day, which is going to be a lot of fun? She's saying hi, giving everybody the hearts. But I just want to let everybody know, if you can just put Claude Lemieux's family in your prayers. I mean, 60 years old, he still had a lot of life in him. And in July, he would have been 61. Isn't that crazy? He's 6'1", same, as tall as I was. Yeah, let's see. Kelly in the park says, "Hi there. Thanks for joining my live." Yeah, that was a lot of fun, Kelly. I had a blast. And I'm really looking forward to Bucky's. If you guys don't know, if you are new here in chat, what have you, Kelly and the Parks, Ronnie, who's in chat, Ronnie's World, myself, and Travel Zombie, finally got it right, is going to be joining us at Bucky's on June 22nd when they open. Hopefully, we'll be there right when they open. So, Mike says, hit that like, share, and subscribe. Thank you, Mike. Appreciate it, my brother. Hey, Kelly, loved your live. Yeah, wasn't it fun last night? It was great. She was talking all about all kinds of parts. This part, that part of the anatomy. I'll put it that way. Kelly says, send much love and prayers to him and his family. May the souls of faithfully departed rest in peace. Yeah. Yeah. I just, I don't understand. I really don't. Mike says, hello, brother Kevin. 2525. Yeah, in the year 2525, Zigger and Evans. What a cool song. But I'm trying to make light of everything for what happened. I didn't have any plans of going live today. Any plans. I just was taking it easy. It was actually going to go through some of my albums, which I have way too many, and try to separate or get rid of some of them or what have you. But so what's everybody up to? Let's see who we got here. We got, hey, Jake Hudson's here. Hey, Jake, how are you? And how are you doing today? I've been doing great until I heard the news about Claude Lemieux. My mouth just really dropped down to the floor, because you don't usually hear about a hockey player that usually, it's old age or something like that, or God forbid an accident happens, but you're doing okay. That's great to hear. But not when somebody takes, what, their life is gone, and they decide to do it themselves. I don't want to say the word, because understand, people, it's hard for me even to talk about this, because there's so many people out there that just give up. Unfortunately, they have struggles. They have financial difficulties or family problems or stuff like that, and they just say, enough is enough. I can't do it anymore, which is a shame. And thank you for subscribing. I appreciate it. Thank you. And I'm glad you are doing well, um, Jake. Let's see. Hold on. Let's do something. There we go. So Jake, you got any plans this weekend? You doing anything? Going live pretty soon, or what's up? By the way, I am apologize about the sticker. I am getting it out as soon as I can. And Toby says you got 907 now from 1,000. It's funny. 907. I got 7 people in the chat and I got 7 likes. You couldn't ask for more. 777. That's just too awesome. But I was kind of going back and forth with Toby on Instagram, kind of letting him know what happened. But Mike, you know how big of a hockey fan I am. We got chat. Whoa, but that's all, folks. Um, Chatty blogger, MS, and it doesn't stand for you know what, multiple sclerosis or anything like that. But Mike knows how much of a hockey player I was and how much hockey was always in my blood. And says, I found out he died, brother. Yeah, I know. Um, it's very sad. Yeah, it's very sad indeed because, I mean, there's been the thing about ice hockey compared to football, baseball, basketball, soccer, tennis. Oh, um, let's see what else. Polo, water polo. I'm sorry, get off bases here. It's probably one of the most dangerous sports besides race car. I would say NASCAR and those are probably one of the highest ri- um, riskful. Is that a word? Riskful? Well, it's one of the risking type of sport. But hockey is way up there because there's been hockey players that had other players have their neck sliced. Sorry, don't mean to be descriptive, but it happens because you know those blades on those hockey um, boots, shoes, skates, what have you, are so sharp. So, and it's happened before. I mean, I was at a game one time when it actually happened. So it's a scary thing to see. Mike says he played for three of my favorite NHL teams: Coyotes, New Jersey Devils, and the Sharks. Yeah, but if you guys can do me a favor, put hearts or prayers emojis in chat. That would be awesome. I would truly appreciate that. And again, I am so grateful for all of you being here, like Kelly in the Parks, Ronnie's World, Kevin. Kevin was first. Mike's here. We got Jake Houston is here. Hudson, not Houston, Hudson. And let's see who else we got here. I don't know. We got a lot of people in here. I appreciate every one of you. But again, I didn't want to plan this, but it turned out that way. But I got a lot going on. A lot. This Saturday, this weekend, I am not going to be really doing anything, no filming or what have you. Because, well, I am going live. I take that back. Travel Zombie is having me on as a guest. And it's if you see it in my community page, you will see it's going to be this Saturday, 2:30 Arizona time. And but early in the morning, Saturday morning, I'm going to go visit my mom at the cemetery. My mom would have been 81 years old this May 30th. Mike says his last appearance was in Montreal. Yeah, I saw that. In fact, I see it was on May 25th before they began the Stanley Cup. Yeah, he was there. How ironic. Yeah, because he was there for that. Hmm. It's so crazy to wonder where time is gone. But it is what it is what it is. You can't do anything about it. And Nightbot says hit that like button. But I hate to say it. I mean, photography, hockey, music, acting, and God above has always been my greatest loves. So when a fellow hockey player falls, I think we all fall, but we all need to rise up and get back out there and play like there's no hockey ever, ever, ever. Hold on. Sorry, guys. I'm getting a lot of messages here. But we got 13 people. Awesome. Hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button. And you'll see a lot of videos I do and everything else. I should one of these days put clips of me playing ice hockey. You guys will probably fall over and laugh. So maybe I won't put it up. But those were the days, I can tell you that. But I'm not going to be on too long here. I just wanted to come on and kind of talk about Claude Lemieux. It was so funny being at the ice den out in Scottsdale. And I was actually with my son, and we're both on the ice, and all of a sudden here comes the Coyote players, and they were just you know, the ice den had more than one rink. They had, I think, like two or three rinks there. So they were practicing on one rink, rink, not rink, ice rink. And we were on the other, and they were finishing up. So they were all coming through. And first, I talked to one of the trainers, the Coyotes trainer, and he was walking out. And then after that, Claude Lemieux was out. And understand this was his last year playing with the Coyotes because I think he became a free agent and ended up going with the San Jose Sharks after that. And then from there, he ended up retiring. He kind of retired once, but then he came back. I think he was like 43 years old when he came back to play again. And yeah, he went back and played with the San Jose Sharks, which I thought was pretty awesome. He goes with the Coyotes and then gets eaten up by the Sharks. And before that, he was a Devil. But prayers for him, prayers for all you guys that are in chat. And I appreciate you guys being here. We are really trying to hit that goal, as you would say in hockey, he shoots, he scores, to get to 1,000 subscribers. And I appreciate each and one of you that, you share the videos, you're out there helping us to make this channel grow. And it will continue to grow. As long as I'm here, God willing, we'll keep the channel up and running. But I will be live on Saturday at 2:30 Arizona time. So basically, Mike is back east, Canada. It will be 5:30 his time. So if you guys get a chance, check out the live stream. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be Travel Zombie. Unfortunately, I can't put his link in chat because I have nowhere to type. I can't, say hello, how are you, and all that stuff. But it is what it is. Let's see who else has anything to say. But yeah, and Toby says I'm up to 907. Wow, we're getting there. 93 KDKB. But we're getting close, guys. I wish back in the day when I was playing hockey, they had YouTube, or you could go live with YouTube Live and see me just fumble all over the ice, or see me get into a fight because I would get cross checked by another player, what have you. Those were the days. In fact, these two teeth were cracked, so I ended up in a little later getting veneers because it just they keep, they kept cracking and cracking and cracking. So it got to the point where I had to get new teeth per se. But hockey's a rough sport. I'm going to tell you, it's a fun sport. And when I played, you're on the ice so quick. You're like, okay, you're back off the ice. You're on the ice. You're back off because they have the rotation going on for each hockey player. You play for about a minute or two or so on the ice, and then you go back, sit down, and it just rotates. So it's kind of cool. It's totally different than any other sport. Really is. And of course, Mike says his favorite teams were Coyotes, Devils, and Sharks. Of course, Coyotes aren't here anymore, too, unfortunately. And Mike says Phoenix Roadrunners, LOL. You, you were a crazy hockey player, brother. Yeah, I was. I still have my hockey sticks. I think I still have my hockey skates, and I think they were either Bauer or Tax or something like that. My skates were, but it was fun. And I talked to Scott on tape, and he said I asked him if he played. He said, "Yeah, that's one of his biggest loves is ice hockey." So that's one. I figured we had something in common, but yeah, let's just right now. I'm gonna, even though I'm by myself, I'm gonna take a moment of silence to remember Claude Lemieux. So, all right, that was a quick silence. I don't want to think everybody I fell asleep live on YouTube. I don't want to do that. All right, so I hope everybody has a okay. Hold on, Shane Doan is still one of my best friends, and sad that the Coyotes left for Utah. You know what? That still really irks me. They could have done everything possible to save the Coyotes to keep them in Arizona, but no, they had to let them drift along and run and chase the other roadrunners. The Coyotes had to run and leave with their tail between their legs. This is sad because right now Phoenix has no hockey at all, none. The Roadrunners are in Tucson. So basically, we have my favorite sport is gone from Arizona, which is only now basketball, baseball, and football and the Cardinals. I don't know if the Rattlers are still here or not. I haven't even heard any more about that. But yeah, let's see. Mike says it was Gary Bateman's fault. Yeah, it was. It was his fault. He could have really worked and keep those Coyotes here. And the strange thing about the Coyotes, they went from one arena to this arena to that arena. First, it's the Phoenix Coyotes, then it became the Glendale, then the Arizona Coyotes. It's crazy. Rattlers still play. Okay. See, I haven't heard anything about the Rattlers. They're an inside football. All right, sorry guys. Sorry, I'm back. I don't know what's going on. This happened when I was live with Travel Zombie. Same thing. The app would just all of a sudden quit, and now it's doing it again. But yeah, the Rattlers still play here in Arizona. That's good. What I was trying to explain, their football field is a lot smaller than the standard football field. Yeah, so it's pretty cool. I've been to a Rattlers game before, and it was a lot of fun. All right. Well, I'm not gonna keep you guys on much longer. I just want to kind of give you the guys' news about Claude Lemieux. I know a lot of you out there. I don't know who's hockey fans in here. I know Mike is, but I don't know anybody else. Like Kevin or Jake or Kelly in the Parks. Ronnie. Let's see who else. Nope, 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 nope. Who else we got here? Toby. I know Toby is a big sports fan, big time, and I know a lot of his is basketball. But Ronnie says, "Remember, kids are on spring break right now, so everyone's on apps and streaming." Well, you know who I would like to say hi to, Ronnie, is Kaya in London. And are they on spring break as well? If they are, hey Kaya in London. Mike says I got to see one NHL game with my friend. I was San Jose against the Phoenix. Was against the Coyotes, and let's see scored Coyotes. Yeah, that was a fun. You know what, Mike? I think I was. I was in the inaugural game when the Coyotes first came to Arizona. The first game, in fact, I got the puck for the official first game of the Coyotes, and I can't remember if they played the San Jose Sharks. I thought that's who they played. Was their first game was San Jose Sharks? Yes, they're in a summer program. That's right. I remember Ronnie. London was saying they start summer school. That's awesome. Hey, King Jamie, like button is activated for you, Larry. Working and listening. All right. Hey, King Jamie, I know you're a big sports guy, and I know you're like into big time football, like the Kansas City Chiefs or what have you. But I didn't know if you heard the news about Claude Lemieux, the hockey player who won what 4 Stanley Cups, has passed away today at the age of 60 years old. But hey, I appreciate you being here. So welcome in. By the way, who was the person that thought it would be really cool to always say welcome in? You go into the store, they don't say good afternoon, good morning, good night, how are you? It's always welcome in. Into what? You're welcoming into what? Welcome into the store? There you go. Welcome into the party? But what is this welcome in stuff? It's almost like they don't finish the sentence. They get two words, welcome in blank. And King Jamie is saluting. That's awesome. Let's see here. Wow, yeah, he was King Jamie. He was an incredible hockey player. It's not really funny because in 2003, it was his last year. He was playing with the Coyotes. I was there at the ice den and in Scottsdale. Got to talk to him for a while. Got to talk to Shane Doan, and of course, my friend played with the Coyotes for a little while. Is Jeremy Roenick, who I've known for a very long time. I go back to what the Roadrunner days with Jeremy Roenick. Him and Keith Kachuk was another player that was with the Coyotes. So um, King Jamie says, Mike, all right, so we are losing people here, but Stream Elements is still here. I'm sorry, I'm just really bummed about this whole thing. But I wish you guys always a healthy, fantastic week or upcoming weekend. King Jamie says we have um, related to Mario Lemieux. Oh, no way. Oh, was he related to Mario Lemieux? About that, I had a phone call. That is not the way I wanted to look. About that, I had a phone call. That is not the way I wanted to look like when it paused. Mike, but no, he's not related to Mario Lemieux at all. See, Mike says, I don't think Jamie Mario Lemieux would have of like a cousin. I don't know. I mean, Mario Lemieux is from Canada. Claude Lemieux is from Canada. So, there's been a lot of people with the same last names and stuff like that. But when you have a name like um Kachuk, I know his kids are playing now, like Keith Kachuk's kids are playing hockey. Um Yannick Perreault, that's a really interesting name. But and Gretzky, there's another one. I got to skate with Gretzky. I got to skate with Yannick Perreault, and there's a couple other players I just can't think right now. But Mike says Ben. Let's see. I don't think so. Jamie Mariolo would have been a cousin to Claude. Yeah, I don't know if there's any relation or not. I don't think so. And you talk about one heck of a good hockey player was Mario Lemieux. He was with the Pittsburgh Penguins for a long time, and I'm telling you, he was probably my mom's favorite hockey player out there. Was Mario Lemieux, Robert Long. What's funny, Robert Long was a really close friend of mine who ended up playing with the Tampa Bay Lightning. Hey, Travel with Lisa's here. How are you, Lisa? I'm glad you're here. I'm just kind of breaking the news to everybody, and she's saying hi to Mikey. That Claude Lemieux, at the age of 60, has passed away. He was a four-time champion of the Stanley Cup hockey team. He was like with the Montreal Canadiens, uh, the San Jose Sharks, the New Jersey Devils, and of course the Coyotes. Let's see. Per Wikipedia, he was the older brother to. Yeah, he was. Yeah, he. I don't think there's any relationship between him and Mario Lemieux. No, no. And Chatty Blogger saying, "Hello, Sister Lisa." But again, sorry for the interruption of the phone call. It was my heart doctor I got to see tomorrow. Boo hiss. But it's keeping me alive, right? Well, I traveled with Lisa. How are you doing? And are you still in the UK or where are you at? And how's Adam doing? Yeah, Jacqueline, he used to play NHL. Yeah, I know. He used to play hockey too, as well. Another great hockey player. But Jeremy Roenick was an incredible hockey player too. But I don't know. I just wish I can get back there on the ice. I love the energy. I love playing. It was so much fun. But anybody here in chat ever been on ice skating, ice hockey, or anything like that? King Jamie, have you ever, if you're still in chat, have you ever skated before? Or is it mainly just like football or what have you? I don't know if you've ever tried any sports or anything like that. This thing says I can do push elevator, push elevator buttons multiple times. No, I don't want to put that. Let's see. Travel Lisa says, I have skated on. You have skated. Awesome. Yeah. It's a fun thing to do because it's very, very energetic. I think it's more energetic than running, to be honest with you. It's more energetic than, well, it's probably come in line with swimming, but that's a different type of cardio because you're basically just using a lot of your arms and what have you. And you are using your legs too when you're swimming, but hockey is just mainly like your legs. You're just racing on that ice. You are just moving nonstop when you're playing ice hockey. Well, we got 10 likes, everybody. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. But I am going to probably skate out of here. No pun intended. That was bad. And again, prayers for Claude Lemieux's family. Again, this has been really, really tough. Mike says, "Cool. I see what? I see fun, right, Lisa?" Question mark. Okay, well, I want to thank everybody that was here during this live. I'm gonna maybe start a new series called "Live from the Couch." And travel with Lisa's in a thumbs up. Live from the couch, where the news is breaking. But I want to thank everybody. Let's just go back up. We got Kevin Theme Park Adventures. He was number one. We got Chatty Blogger. And say hi to Kaya in London, but they're probably still at summer school right now. You got Ronnie's World. Let's see. We also had Kelly in the Parks, which is awesome. I'm excited for June 22nd at Bucky's. Arizona's first Bucky's. Also got Mike again. Jake Hudson was here. Thank you, Jake, for being here. Let's see. We just keep going and going and going. Ronnie's Road. Of course, you got Keen Jamie. Thank you for being here, my brother. And Toby. Toby, I'm glad you made it. I appreciate that. So, on that note, I'm going to have to get going, guys. I got a lot on my plate, even though it's empty right now. No pun intended. But again, a very sad day for the hockey world, losing one of the most influential hockey players out there. And travel with Lisa saying, take care, all. All right, you take care as well. One of these days, Lisa, I hope we're going to get together. If I have to, I will walk all the way to the United Kingdom and swim all the way back to US. No, we got to figure out a way how to get together. That would be awesome. And she's like laughing. Yeah, so am I. But we'll figure it out. All right, guys. On that note, Mike, thank you, my brother. If you can, I'll be live, guys, tomorrow at 2:30 Arizona time. That's Pacific time still. And I'll be with Travel Zombie, not Travel with Zombie. It was crazy, Lisa. Sometimes I'd be talking, I say, "Oh, we got Travel with Zombie here," even though I mean Travel with Lisa. His name is Travel Zombie, so it's kind of you know tongue twister. We got Travel Zombie, Travel with Lisa. But all right, I gotta stop being so goofy here. I miss all of you. Love you guys. Appreciate it. God bless you all. And hopefully we'll see you all tomorrow. Oh, and actually, not tomorrow, Saturday. Take that back. I keep thinking tomorrow's Saturday, tomorrow's Friday. Tomorrow is Heart Doctor Day. All right. Mike, I hope you're feeling better. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're resting and also doing what the doctor says. Get out there, go out there, play some ice hockey, Mike. Get out there, get the stick, start racing up and down that ice rink. Yeah, right. I used to when I skated, my favorite thing was to skate backwards. I would skate probably under a minute with that whole rink. I would skate backwards. That was my favorite thing. And Mike says, "Take care, brother. I may go live later and discuss Claude too." All right. Again, rest in peace, Claude Lemieux, 60 years old. He would have been 61 in July. All right. On that note, always be yourself. Mike, let me know when you go live, and maybe I'll pop in and say howdy. I'll talk to you guys later. And Mike says, God bless you all in the chat. And I love you, Larry. I love you too, Mike. I really do. Love you all. Love you, Lisa. Everybody in chat. Kaya in London, if you watch this later, I love you guys. Love you, Ronnie. Remember, always be yourself until the next adventure. Right in front of my face, right? Do it this way. Ronnie says, do it this way. Don't do it this way. Look in my eyes. Peace. All right. Take care, everyone. Bye.